What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Ask Eggy. Just kind of chilling in the building right now, chilling downstairs in the building. I just got back from filming the Isle of Keck. I was out in the wilderness for about 3 or 4 days doing that. So I got back, got a lot of footage, hours of footage, so I'm cutting it down. We're going to make like a pretty good, decent length little movie out of that. It's going to be really nice. All the cinematography and everything I've been looking at and everything I've been studying over the last few weeks, I think it's really going to shine through in this coming up. So it's going to be really great, and I really look forward to showing that for you guys. But we're got another question today, and I don't have a specific comment that I'm going to link with this question because it's a question that's come around quite a bit, and I've made a couple videos that have kind of addressed it, but I guess we've never had like a kind of a Q&A like this. So we're going to go ahead and do this. I was officially diagnosed as a young person with being autistic. People don't believe me. They said, everybody in the comments, they say, oh, I don't exhibit the traits. I say I don't have it. I might have something wrong with me, maybe. But that might not be up for quite as much debate. But I'm not. I said, you're not autistic. Autism. There's no way, because they're familiar with the symptoms and the behaviors, and they say you don't match that, you're really not what that is. And all I can say is, well, that must have meant something along the line worked out, because I had a lot of issues growing up, a lot of issues with my behaviors and everything. I was in therapy for years for various reasons, and eventually they came around to saying, because at the time that I was diagnosed, they said, oh, we have this test. And I'd done some tests before, like for advanced placement and things like that, because, they all said, oh, you're so smart, whatever. There was some miscommunication there. But they said, we got a test for you to take, we're going to go have you see this lady, you're going to take a test. I said, okay, that's fine. So all I had to do, I went in and I had to read her some things. I'd look at her and read, some things or whatever, and repeat things to her, and like look at her and repeat this or whatever. And so I did that. Now, at that time, for one, I couldn't speak very clearly. I had a speech impediment for many years, and I don't know if a lot of people know about that. You can kind of, it still comes out sometimes when I talk, if I'm a little bit nervous or anxious. But I had a very bad speech impediment. I never would answer anything in class because I would just be like, like some random like mush mouth shit that nobody could understand. So, and I could never keep eye contact with anyone to save my life. I'd be like, I couldn't keep eye contact with anyone at all whatsoever. I was very isolated. I hated working with other people. Couldn't do group projects. It got to the point sometimes where if I had to get a group project and I couldn't work with my teacher, I would just throw the project away because I'm like, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to, I couldn't do socialization whatsoever. I just couldn't do it. It would just, the anxiety was so strong that I would just like freeze up. I would just be like sweating, be like, God, just get me out of here, just get me out of here, just get me out of here, I want to go home, get me out of here, just couldn't handle it. So, following this little test I took, they said, they basically said, okay, well, you're autistic now. So I had to start taking special education classes. And, that was already being, somebody who was not very popular or well received. And then all of a sudden you have to start taking special education classes. It was like, wow, this really sucks. People like see me coming out of the classes with all these kids who are like, with their handlers and stuff, and they'd be all giving me all these weird looks. I'm like, oh, it's not what it looks like. But it was what it looks like. I had to take years of speech therapy, which, to its credit, I have to say my teacher, Mrs. I think her name was like Olbenhaber or something like that. She did me a great favor because I couldn't do what I do now. I couldn't articulate the way I do now. I couldn't speak with, I wouldn't be able to pronounce or project confidence in my voice the way I do now without having taken those speech therapy classes, because my speech impediment was so bad. I had to take speech therapy for a few years, on a regular basis, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And I had to take classes, or where I'd, basically have opportunity to, just with a couple of these special education instructors to basically get up and, read something out loud and keep eye contact with people. That I'd sit there and stare at people in the eye and be like, okay, see it, or, and kind of just get used to it, because I just couldn't do it. I just was incapable. I was like, I was going to die, before. So, and I guess there was other behaviors and stuff, I guess, that were maybe associated with it. I never wanted to believe that it was correct. I felt like after I took this therapy, I thought maybe I was just really, a lot of social isolation. Maybe I just stunted my skills. of that in that department. Maybe I didn't really have a real disorder. So it was hard because, I mean, now I can see things that I still relate to, definitely, that kind of fall on the spectrum, you could say, but I don't feel like, maybe the diagnosis wasn't correct. I don't know. I challenged the diagnosis because they had some kind of thing where I wasn't, or something with my background check, because I've purchased firearms, I own firearms, and there was something with, because I had a clinical depression on my record, and I had autism, and there was some kind of, things where it was kind of like murky, and I challenged, I was like, do I seem like autistic? I don't really think I'm autistic, I think it was a misdiagnosis, blah, blah, so I kind of got that stuff cleaned off, so I could get purchase firearms. For hunting, of course, I'm not like some crazy person like everyone likes to say. No, I do like to hunt, though. And for self-defense, of course, too. But, I mean, as far as that goes, and I think like it has a little bit like the meme autism, where I'm really into like weird stuff. Sometimes, I guess, I don't know, I can sit and play like a JRPG for like 200 hours straight and not get bored. Maybe I have some things like that where, I don't know, maybe just a very mild bit of autism, I don't know, but I don't know, if I had to say, the official diagnosis, that I received was, yes, I have autism, but my personal opinion on it is, I think it was just like really retarded social skills, really stunted social skills from, just being, I was ostracized a lot for being weird. I was just weird. I have something wrong with me, but I just don't think it's autism. I don't know. Could be. But like a lot of people don't feel like it is. People, they say, it doesn't seem like it to us. And to me, I don't know, I'm not sure. I rather prefer to say not, but I can still see a lot of things that I have in common there too. So I guess, not 100% sure, but in any case, I'll catch you guys next time.